if he's alive, may very well be living, even at this moment, as a captive prisoner.
Look at that guy.
Somebody is up to something.
Such good characters.
Yeah.
Such good music, too. I just wanted to listen to the soundtrack. So what did you think of Isle of Dogs?
I loved it. I literally have nothing negative to say about it.
Finally, one that you liked.
I
You liked the movie, you guys.
I liked a movie. I really liked Isle of Dogs. I am glad my cousin was in town, my cousin Brittany, and she is also a movie watcher. We watched a lot of movies growing up. And so she was like, she's still in Bama. So she was like, oh, I don't know if Isle of Dogs is going to be showing in my town or not. It might be, but it might not. But at that point, they haven't had a wide release. The wide release for Isle of Dogs is this weekend. So this coming weekend. But it was already playing here in LA because we're LA and we have all the movies. All the movies play here. This is why I love living here. Okay, I remember so often growing up where I'd be like, fuck, it's only playing in LA and New York, and I would just always get mad because there was no internet and you couldn't like rent things or stream things. You couldn't see things. It's like it took forever. You'd have to find it on video and like it was crazy. So, or DVD. So,
did she fly out here just to see Isle of Dogs?
No,
did she choose this weekend specifically for that?
But we went and saw it. We went and saw it with her. I was like, okay, well, I'll go see it with you, and I'm glad you're here because this is not something normally that like T-Bone would be like, let's go see this, and like we may have missed it.
Yeah, this movie was not on my radar.
And so.
But I'm really glad that we saw it.
It was so good. Like I said, I have nothing. The animation was amazing. It was beautiful. The voice acting was great. My boy JG was in there, some Jeff Goldblum action. You had Edward Norton. You had Cranston, so good. ScarJo, a great voice cast as usual.
Was Scarlett Johansson in it?
Mm-hmm. She was the girl dog, the really pretty girl dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. I have one criticism. I do have one criticism of this film.
Well, you're always going to have some criticism.
I found one, though. I found my one criticism for this film as a cat enthusiast, as a cat lover and enthusiast. I was a bit triggered by this film because all of the villains all had cats. But the cats never talked, and they never were characters. Like they weren't characters, but it was like all the villains were cat people. And everyone else, I guess, if you're a good person, then you're a dog person. But if you're a villain, you're a cat person, which I think is bullshit as a cat person. Go fuck. I have a lot of friends who are dog people. I have a lot of friends who are dog people. I'm not saying I'm not a dog person. I'm a dog aunt. I like to play with the dog and then leave. I don't want to be a dog owner, but I enjoy hanging out with dogs if they're good boys. I'm down with hanging out with a good boy. I grew up with a dog. Conan was my dog growing up. He was a English Staffordshire Bull Terrier. So I have a love for pits. I think corgis are great. I think Boston Terriers are cute. I think pugs are amazing. I love pugs. Like, don't even give me fucking pugs.
So you're saying you're not anti-dog?
I am not anti-dog. There's been a lot of dogs.
You're not one of those people that like either loves cats, hates dogs, or loves dogs, hates cats.
I have cried over many dogs. Like my friend's dog died, Einstein. That dog was so special, and I cried when he died, and we weren't even friends anymore. And then I was like, girl, I'm sorry to hear about your dog dying, even though we're not really close anymore. Like, I'm really sad about your dog, So it's like, I like animals in general. I'm an animal person. I like animals. I think they're cool.
But this is a movie in a world where people are persecuting dogs.
Yes, dogs
but love cats. The cats are fine.
Well, the people who are at the top of this conspiracy are cat people. So, and I was like, man, go fuck yourself. And here's the thing. Since I know a lot of people who have dogs, I know a lot of dog people who really don't understand how anyone could love a cat.
That's true.
They're like, people. It must be that fucking poop parasite,
Yes, you have a friend that told you that the only reason you like cats is because there's some kind of parasite.
Insinuated that the only reason I like cats is because they have parasites in their shit that make you love them, and they're controlling your brain through poop parasites, and that's why I like cats. I could never. No one could ever just love a cat. No one could ever just love a cat. Like, they're so unlovable. Cats are just the worst. It's I've
never actually read into this parasite thing. I don't know how it works.
The thing is, dogs have it too. So go fuck yourself. Okay, if you're using that excuse, like dogs can have that shit, that parasite in their poop too. And you know what? Everyone's like, oh, you have a box of shit in your house. That's gross. It's like, yeah, you go on a walk and you have to like get your hand and like pick up a poop with your hand with only a thin bag between you and it. At least I have a scooper. Like, so don't tell me that you don't get in contact with your dog's shit. Also, they're a little dirtier than cats are. Okay, so their poop, who knows?
Well, we don't know the actual
how much
facts
contact you're
about how
coming in
this
with their poop.
parasite thing works, but
so
the sentiment.
I do know it gets in your brain and it makes you favorable towards them.
But the sentiment of this movie is a true thing, where there are people on both sides of the fence that hate the other person. If you're a dog person, some dog people really don't like cats, and vice versa.
Right.
It's a thing, and that's what this movie's playing on, and I thought that's really neat.
Yeah.
Because in a better world, we'd all love both animals.
I get really frustrated, though, because there's so many movies where the cats are the villains. Cats are villains. It's like, no. Cats are not villains. Cats are just complicated little people.
Like
dogs are very...
Inspector Gadget, is that...
Mr. Dr. Claw.
Dr. Evil in...
Dr. Claw has a cat. Dr. Evil has a cat. But that also comes from Dr. No in James Bond. He was a villain who had a cat, you know? And I understand that. I'm not going to say I'm not part villain, because there's a part of me that's absolutely a villain, and villain people are definitely attracted to cats more because they're cats are independent. Just like villainous people tend to be more independent people. They are not accepted by the group, and hence they become villains. And so, since they're exiles. But, like, here's the thing that's cool about cats. And dogs, we domesticated dogs. Dogs were domesticated by us. We've bred dogs, and they love us. And they want to be around us. They are so loving. A dog's love is amazing. A dog's love is beautiful and amazing. It's so pure, their love. And they're so happy. They're such happy little beings. They're not to say that there's some dogs that are more complicated than other dogs, but generally speaking, dogs are a lot less complicated than cats. They're a lot more, in my opinion, when I was growing up, I thought all dogs were men and all cats were women. Like, before I understood how sex worked, I just assumed that all dogs were male and all cats were female. So dogs, like, I think of dogs as like more masculine, where it's like they're loving and warm and strong, and they just like, and they need ownership. They need that owner, and they just love their person so much, you know, and it's just like this really cool thing that's like really beautiful. But with cats are not your underling. They are at your level, like, according to a cat. Like, a cat is not your pet. Okay, with dogs, they're your pet, and they love being your pet. You know, they love it. They're down to be your pet. Like, they're like, yes, you're the master. They need that structure, that hierarchy. They need that, you know. Men, they love that hierarchy, that structure, you know. Cats, it's like, no, we're partners. I like you. I'm hanging out because I like you, but you need to respect me. And there are certain things that I like and certain things that I don't like, and we're going to teach each other about those things. And they have a lot more... They're just very complicated little beings. And the thing that is really cool about cats is that we did not domesticate cats. Cats just started hanging out because, like, they're just, like, liked us and liked hanging out. And they were like, oh, you have a bunch of grain that you're storing? Well, we'll take care of the vermin, and we'll kill the rats and stuff and just, like, hang out. And, like, hey, you guys are cool. Give me some pets, you know? Like, give me some pets. Like, oh, I like that. The thing I love about cats... The thing that's, like, really cool about dogs is how warm and loving they are. But the thing I love about cats is, like, how much, like, they obviously enjoy pleasure. Like, they're such pleasure-seeking little beings. They're just like, yes, scritch me, give me attention. Like, oh, you know, they're just, I don't know. I'm a complicated person, so I need to be in a relationship with another complicated person. That's why I appreciate my relationship with cats, because they're so individual. And everyone's relationship with their animal is very individual, not to say less than anyone's deal, but with a cat, it's like, I'm just a cat person. I just think they're beautiful. I love looking at their little bodies and touching them. I love their purr. They purr. They vibrate. They meditate. They're so cool, and they have so much there's just so much going on there with cats. They're so fascinating. They're fascinating. They're mysterious little beings that were worshipped as sacred by the ancient Egyptians, whom I have a lot of respect for. And I feel like I also see that they're sacred. I see their divinity. I see the divinity in cats. I think they're really cool. But I also see the divinity in dogs. It's just which flavor you like. It's which flavor you're more into. Tyson, you're not really a dog or a cat person. You're a reptile man.
Yes.
You're one of those.
Are we reviewing dogs and cats and animals right now? Or
Yes, we're reviewing dogs. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything. There's nothing to spoil. Go see it. Go see Isle of Dogs.
Actually,
there's my review.
You're probably right. There's not much to say.
I don't want to say anything. I mean, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The story's great.
Yeah.
I really loved it. The only thing is I was triggered as a cat person minorly.
Well, I would say it's got a really great style.
Yeah.
The style of the filmmaking is a lot of fun. There's a lot of really interesting shots that are surprising and that make you...
Well, as always with Wes Anderson, like all of his stuff is just like gorgeous. It's always visually appealing. His movies are always very visually appealing, which is why I like his style a lot. So I'm a big fan of his work. Hey guys, we just gave birth to a new second YouTube channel. This new channel will be home to 19 Club, which is our live streaming weekly movie podcast. This channel will also host our podcasts and book clubs and blogs and other experimental videos that are just too weird to go on our main channel. It's a place for us to break the fourth wall and try some shit out. Subscribe to our new second channel and don't forget to ring the bell to be notified when we release a new video. Our main channel is still home to the Comic Book Girl 19 show episodes, and our next big episode is coming out in a few weeks.